You like to think that your mind is in control, that your thoughts are rational and your decisions are deliberate. But the truth is, your brain is constantly playing tricks on you, manipulating your perception, memory, and choices without you even noticing. Every day, countless illusions and hidden biases shape the way you see the world, the people around you, and even yourself. Understanding these tricks is not just fascinating, it is essential if you want to stop being fooled by your own mind and start making better decisions. Imagine walking into a room and immediately judging someone based on their appearance, posture, or the way they speak. You might think this judgment is rational based on objective observation, but in reality, your brain is using shortcuts called cognitive biases to make snap decisions. These biases are mental rules of thumb designed to help you process information quickly, but they often lead to errors in judgment. One common example is the confirmation bias. Your brain seeks information that confirms what you already believe and ignores anything that challenges it. If you think someone is untrustworthy, you'll notice their minor mistakes and forget all the evidence that contradicts your assumption. Your mind tricks you into seeing what it wants you to see, not what is actually there. Memory is another playground for the brain's hidden tricks. You might be convinced that your memory is accurate, but neuroscience shows that memories are not recordings. They are reconstructions. Every time you recall a memory, your brain rebuilds it, filling gaps with assumptions, suggestions, or even outright errors. This is why eyewitnesses can be confidently wrong, or why you remember events differently from your friends or family. Your mind creates a version of reality that feels real, but it's filtered through layers of perception, emotion, and bias. The brain's trickery ensures that you believe your memories are true, even when they are subtly altered. Perception itself is another area where your mind deceives you. Optical illusions are the most obvious example, but they are only the tip of the iceberg. Your brain constantly interprets incomplete information, filling in gaps based on expectations, context, and prior knowledge. You might see a shadow as a person, a pattern in the clouds as a shape, or misread a tone in someone's voice. These mental shortcuts are helpful for survival. They let you act quickly, but they also make you susceptible to error. You think you're seeing the world as it is, but you're seeing it filtered through the brain's hidden algorithms. Emotions amplify these tricks even further. When you're stressed, anxious, or angry, your brain prioritizes perceived threats over logical thinking. You interpret neutral situations as hostile, exaggerate small setbacks, and overlook opportunities. This is because the brain is designed to protect you from danger, not to be rational. Emotions act as a lens, coloring your perception, memory, and judgment. The result is a mind that feels confident and in control, but is often swayed by invisible forces you don't even recognize. Even decision-making is not as rational as you think. The concept of choice architecture shows that subtle cues in your environment can dramatically influence your decisions. For example, placing healthier foods at eye level in a cafeteria increases the likelihood that you'll choose them. Changing the wording of a question can lead people to respond differently, even when the content is identical. Your brain is highly suggestible, and the hidden patterns around you guide your behavior more than conscious reasoning. You like to believe that your choices are purely intentional, but in reality, many are subtly guided by environmental cues you barely notice. Another powerful trick is the illusion of control. Your mind wants to feel in control, even when it isn't. This is why people gamble, play the lottery, or make superstitious decisions. They convince themselves that their actions influence outcomes that are actually random. This illusion gives comfort, a sense of agency, but it's a trick, a way for the brain to reduce anxiety in uncertain situations. The more you believe you control events, the more satisfied you feel, even when the control is imaginary. Your social brain also plays tricks on you. Humans are wired for connection, but this wiring can deceive you. You may overestimate how much others notice or judge your actions, a phenomenon called the spotlight effect. You think everyone sees your mistakes, but in reality, People are focused on themselves. Similarly, your brain is prone to the false consensus effect, assuming that others share your beliefs or behaviors. These biases can distort your perception of social reality, making you feel isolated or misunderstood when the truth is quite different. The brain's tricks are not always harmful. In fact, they often serve adaptive purposes. Mental shortcuts allow you to navigate a complex world efficiently. Memories may be reconstructed, but they give your life a coherent narrative. Biases help you make rapid decisions in situations where information is incomplete. Emotions give urgency to important events. The problem arises when these mechanisms operate unconsciously, leading you to make decisions, judgments, and interpretations that are subtly distorted without your awareness. So, how do you protect yourself from these hidden tricks? Awareness is the first step. Recognizing that your mind is not a neutral observer, but an active interpreter, allows you to pause and question your thoughts. Next, practice reflection and critical thinking. When you notice a strong emotional reaction or a quick judgment, step back and ask yourself, is this perception accurate? Could I be seeing this through a biased lens? Developing mindfulness and metacognition, thinking about your own thinking, gives you the ability to identify mental tricks in real time. Another strategy is to test your assumptions. Instead of accepting your first impression or gut reaction, seek evidence and alternative perspectives. Challenge your memory by comparing recollections with others or by consulting objective records. Experiment with different choices and environments to see how subtle cues influence behavior. Over time, this approach helps you see the hidden mechanisms your brain uses and reduces the likelihood of being unconsciously manipulated by them. Practical habits also matter. Journaling, meditation, and structured reflection can help illuminate patterns in your thinking. Educating yourself about cognitive biases, logical fallacies, and decision-making errors equips you with mental tools to spot and counteract the brain's tricks. Small, consistent practices build a stronger, more aware mind capable of resisting deception by its own hidden mechanisms. The hidden tricks of the mind are everywhere, in your memories, your emotions, your social interactions, and your choices. They are subtle, often invisible, but they shape your life in profound ways. Understanding these mechanisms is not about eliminating the mind's shortcuts. They are essential, but about becoming conscious of them, questioning them, and taking control where possible. When you realize how easily your perception can be warped, how memories can be altered, and how judgments can be biased, you gain power. You learn to act with intention rather than reaction, to question rather than assume, and to navigate life with clarity rather than illusion. Next time you feel certain, confident, or in control, remember this: your mind is full of tricks, invisible to your conscious awareness, yet guiding your thoughts and actions every second. The more you understand these tricks, the more you can use them to your advantage, making better decisions, improving relationships, and seeing reality more clearly. You might never be completely free from your brain's hidden influences, but you can become aware of them, outsmart them, and finally start seeing the world as it truly is. Knowledge is the first step, reflection is the second, and action is the third. With these tools, you can stop being fooled by your own mind and begin to navigate life with intention, clarity, and insight.